Disclaimer: this episode contains brief mentions of dismemberment. Viewer discretion is therefore advised. January 12th, 2025. A motorcycle driver in Nasarawa State, Nigeria, had only one thing on his mind: get to a secure location and question his passenger. The so-called passenger was carrying a black sack, and flies were rapidly gathering around it. When the driver got to a safe spot, he questioned the passenger. The passenger first claimed that the so-called sack had fresh meat he had just bought. But alas, this did not douse the curiosity of the driver, for he requested that the sack be opened. At first, the passenger refused. This drew the attention of passerbys. When the sack was finally opened, it contained the severed head of Salome Eleojo Adaidu, a 24-year-old corps member. This is the case of Salome Eleojo Adaidu, a young woman killed and disposed by Salome Adaidu, her alleged boyfriend. Who was Salome Eleojo Adaidu? Salome Eleojo Adaidu was a gentle, intelligent and ambitious young lady who hailed from Kogi State, Nigeria. She was the fifth daughter and fifth child in a family of 6 children. She graduated from Kogi State University, Ayimba, with a degree in Library and Information Services. As of January 2025, she was a National Youth Service Corps member serving at Nikon Insurance in Abuja. She was scheduled to complete her youth service in March 2025. The killing. According to Oluwatimileyin Ajayi, Salome's killer, the victim was in a relationship with him. He claimed that she has visited him over the weekend at his residence in Papalana, New Karishi, Nasarawa State, Nigeria. He said that he had seen messages on her phone that pointed to her cheating. In a fit of rage and jealousy, he killed her. In an interview after his arrest, Oluwatimileyin said, "It was not planned. I killed because we do not have each other again. It was not something I had planned. It just happened on that day. I had no plan in mind. She was cheating. I got to know from her phone." He then added, "I don't have any regrets because life is reciprocal. That is what I thought. If you must do something, you have to be reciprocal with the person." Sources close to the family, however, debunked Timileyin's claims. Patience Unekwojo Adaidu, the sister of the deceased, firmly stated that Salome had left on Saturday, January 11, 2025, after doing her laundry to see a friend. Patient firmly stated that that friend was not Timileyin, but rather someone really close to the family. On Sunday, Patient stated that she received a phone call from the Nigerian police. They told her that Salome had been in a ghastly motor accident and was currently in Uke Hospital, Nasarawa State. When Patient arrived, she saw her sister in 40 pieces. The hospital had to release Salome's remains to the family because they could not keep her, because her body was scattered. Patients believed Salome was a victim of one chance, a term Nigerians knew really well, where people mistakenly entered the wrong taxi and were kidnapped and sold for ritual purposes. She stated that Salome may have been kidnapped and given to Oluwatimileyin, who killed and dismembered her. He was carrying her head to be sold to Uke before he was caught near a church in Orozo. Patience further explained that when she followed the police to Oluwatimileyin's house after his arrest, she saw large basins she believed he regularly used to dismember his victims. His neighbors further told the police after Timileyin's arrest that Timileyin had been playing loud music in his room around the time of the killing, believed to be when he was dismembering Salome. The knife and machete Timileyin had used were recovered by the police and taken in as evidence. The trial. Timileyin was arraigned on January 17, 2025, just 5 days after his arrest, before Justice Simon Abuki of the High Court of Justice of Lafia in Nasarawa State. He was charged with 1 count of culpable homicide punishable with death, according to Section 221 of the Penal Code of Northern Nigeria. He pleaded not guilty. The case was adjourned to March 17th to March 20th, 2025. The court had granted accelerated hearing to speed up justice. He was remanded in Lafia Custodial Center with no option of bail. In court during the trial, he cited amnesia, stating that he did not remember killing the deceased. He boldly stated that he only remembered the good times he had shared with the victim and remembered waking up in the hospital bed in Lafia after the police had rescued him from the mob. The prosecution, in an interview with news outlets, explained that this defense was weak, considering the various interviews Timileyin had had before his trial, where he boldly stated without remorse that he had no remorse in killing the victim. On June 26, 2025, Oluwatimileyin Ajayi was found guilty of culpable homicide punishable with death and sentenced to death by hanging. A mother's pain. The mother of the late Salome Eleojo Adaidu spoke about her late daughter. She said Salome had at some point hugged just so the family could eat. She explained that Salome had lost her dad not long before her own death. Salome had become her mom's second husband, who continually stood up for the whole family. Her mother continued through tears that she had pains in her own leg, and Salome had promised to stand for her, a promise she can sadly not fulfill. Now, Salome is gone. Salome Eleojo Adaidu was a 24-year-old National Youth Service Corps member, a daughter, a sister, a friend. Her sister, Patience, had explained that Salome's chief ambition was to be as successful as her boss. She had her whole life ahead of her. Her killer was, yes, sentenced to death, but no sentence can bring her back. This is shadows of the past, remembering those who cannot speak for themselves anymore. Rest in peace, Salome. You are loved. Your memory remains in our hearts.